O God, save your flock from being slain, release us from exile and from pain, that we may see the day when again you will reign. In the Holy of Holies, praise we will render, sweet songs we will sing in your city of splendor. So Shabbat Shalom, welcome. I was just looking, I realized that the stream spot starts a couple minutes earlier, so I wanted those people to have a little company. But now Facebook should be live. Welcome. We will begin. Are we starting with Shalom Aleichem or Yedid Nefesh?
Yedid Nefesh.
We'll start with Yedid Nefesh, speaking of God as our beloved, as our soulmate, page 14. And the miracle of being able to be in our holy city. And I think about 1948 and the miracle of the state of Israel itself, that for 2,000 years we were in exile and suddenly we had a homeland again. But there was a brokenness in that homeland because even though the armistice agreement said that Jordan was supposed to allow pilgrims into the old city, and especially to the Kotel, that was never allowed. And the city was really, in many ways, destroyed. The graves and the Mount of Olives were gravestones used to pave roads in Jordan. And then in 1967, a war. War is never pretty. War is violent and bloody and filled with loss. And there was a voice that was heard over the radio. Har Habayit biyadenu, the mount is in our hands. The mount of the home, Har Habayit. And suddenly, the world changed. From high atop Mount Scopus, I gaze and bow low in rapt adoration. From the heights of Sophim, I sing of your praise, Jerusalem, pride of our nation. Through ages untold, I have dreamt of your story to be worthy of seeing your rekindled glory. Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, Ha'ir, Hanayik Livneh. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, your radiant treasures make plains. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Mechor Botayik Evneh, your ruins are built again. Written by Avigdor Hamairi and music by Moshe Rapaport. So I am thinking today, as we sing all of the songs of Kabbalat Shabbat, as we go through Kabbalat Shabbat, I'm thinking of the blessing of Jerusalem, even for us as we are in exile. We turn to L'Chun Ranana, page 15.
Hallelujah.
So let's turn to page 17 and we'll read back and forth. I know you're there with us. So, Adonai is sovereign, let the world rejoice. Join with me, God's throne is founded on justice. Though God be clouded from view, divine justice reveals God's presence. God's lightning illumines the earth, fire consumes God's foes, mountains melt like wax before Adonai, the earth trembles. The heavens proclaim God's righteousness, the people behold God's majesty. Shame covers those who worship idols, those who take pride in revering images that bow low before God.
Hearing of your judgments, Adonai, Zion exalts and the cities of Judah rejoice.
You are supreme over all the earth, highly exalted beyond all that is worshipped.
Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the faithful and saves them from the wicked.
Light is stored for the righteous, joy for the honorable.
Rejoice in Adonai, you who are righteous. Acclaim the holiness of God's name.
We'll turn to page 18 in our Sing Shalom for Shabbat and festivals and sing together Psalm 98.
La 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 la.
page 19, we see the 99th Psalm, and we see the contrast between divine justice and human justice. God is always judging with righteousness. And even as the children of Jacob, the Jewish people, have this special relationship, it doesn't mean that our treatment is different. Compassion is not the same as favoritism. And even our greatest leaders we see, people like Moshe, people like Aaron, people like Shmuel, who helped take the people on their journeys, who were themselves judges. They too had to fess up. They too had to confess when they did wrong. They too were punished when they made mistakes. There is no one, not at the bottom, not at the top, says our Torah, that is outside of the realm of justice. So we sing at the bottom, praising God's might, Romamu, page 19.
Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachamu le'hakadosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachamu le'hakadosh. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachamu le'hakadosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachamu le'hakadosh. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachamu le'hakadosh. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachamu le'hakadosh. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu.
We turn to page 20 for Mizmor LeDavid, the 29th Psalm, and we'll rise. And I do encourage you, wherever you are, to stand up, stretch, and call out to the Holy One.
Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai v'nei, Kavod Adonai, Kavod Adonai, Kavod Adonai, Kevod Shemo Yishtachamu Adonai, Kavod
may be seated. We'll do the first two stanzas of L'Chadodi on page 21, and the last two on 22. For the last verse, we'll rise and face the entrance, wherever it is in your home. L'Chadodi is calling upon God to usher in a messianic age, a Shabbat of history. The Shabbat we observe now is only a taste of Shabbat in the world to come. And so we welcome Shabbat not only as a day of peace, not only as a day of rest, not only as a day of equality, but as this forcepiece, this little appetizer of the world to come, a society where we'll see wholeness and peace, where we will all work for Shalom together. Page 21. One of the hard parts of us not physically being together is not seeing those who are in their time of loss. And in recent weeks we've had losses of parents and brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. And Stephanie Edelson lost her father this week, and we expressed to her, Hamakom Yanachem Etchem, B'tov Shar Avalei Tzion B'Yerushalayim, may God comfort you with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We turn together, we sit once again for the song for Shabbat, page 23.
Shabbat
Nakom Kisame As Me Olamata Nasepu Neharot Adonai Nasepu Neharot Olam Yisku Neharot Yomyam Nikolot Ma'im Rabim Adirim Mishmereyam Adir Bamarom Adonai Elotecha Me'elomeyo Tevet Adam HaKodesh Adonai Leorech Yamim.
Those in mourning and saying Kaddish, please join with me in the middle of 24. Yitzgadal, Yitzgadash, Shemer Rama,
Amen.
V'alma, Yivrach Rotzei, V'amlech Malchutei, B'chayakon, V'machon, Chayei, Kol Beit Yisrael, V'agalav Zman Karev Mimro.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabban Barach Ve'olam Olam Yamaya.
Yitbarach, V'ishtamach, V'tpa'av, V'tromam, V'tnaseh, V'yitzadar, V'yitzaleh, V'yitzalal, Shmei Nikudsha,
Berichu.
La'ema Mikol Berchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nachamata, Damaran V'alma V'imru.
Amen.
Yehi Shlama Rabba Mikshemayim, V'chayim Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom V'imroma, V'yaseh Shalom. Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'imru.
Amen.
So I wanted to share with you this week a really fascinating story that I found, I think an uplifting story. And it comes to us from Jerusalem. So it comes, Noam Schuster is a comedian. She was working on a show in the United States called Coexistence, My You-Know-What, Rear End. She grew up in Wahat al-Salam, also known as Neve Shalom. A community was founded as a kibbutz in Israel, which intentionally had 50% Jews and 50% Palestinian Arabs. And growing up among progressive members of both societies, she learned Hebrew and Arabic at a young age. She worked to give peace a chance. But then, she had worked a little bit at the UN, didn't go particularly well. She tried comedy, and discovered in comedy she could make fun of Jews, she could make fun of Arabs, she could make fun of Christianity, she could make fun of Islam, and everybody could be annoyed at her. And that comedy worked pretty well in America. She was doing well, she had sort of made it. But then, suddenly, coronavirus. She had to say, do I stay in Boston? She was supposed to be performing at the Kennedy Center in May. And she realized, no, she needed to go home. She made it to New York, spent 12 hours waiting for a flight to Tel Aviv, and was hoping that she wouldn't catch coronavirus along the way. But 4 days after getting home, she had the fevers, the shivers, the muscle pain, exhaustion, loss of appetite. She couldn't smell or taste anything. She knew she had COVID-19 before she got the test. She said it didn't feel like the flu, it felt like her body was on fire. The pain was so intense she fainted, and she didn't even remember picking up the phone to call the ambulance. Her parents couldn't come near to help, even though they were quarantined in the same home. The ambulance took her to Hadassah Hospital, where she was on oxygen support, and at 33 years old, after that oxygen and that help, and 2 weeks in the hospital, she was taken to the Corona Hotel. See, in Jerusalem and in several other cities, they are now closing them, but initially, for the last few weeks, there were Corona hotels, where after you left the hospital, you went to the hotel for 2 weeks until you had, or at least until you had 2 negative tests. But the one in Jerusalem at the Dan Hotel, lovely hotel, was a little different than the rest of the ones across the country. Most of them in the country were in the more ultra-Orthodox neighborhoods, it was just ultra-Orthodox. In the more secular, just secular. In the more Arab. But in Jerusalem, Jerusalem has everybody. So they were all in the hotel together. And as everyone else in the world has to practice social distancing, in this hotel, everyone has coronavirus. So they could shake hands, they could hug, they could have meals together. She did stand-up comedy in the lobby for 150 people in Hebrew and Arabic. And then what happened? People started to Instagram these things and to share these stories, and suddenly the Corona Hotel became national news in Israel. And she said, the really interesting thing where all these people were coming together. Palestinians and Jews would gather in the lobby every night to chat and to play games. You'd hear Mizrahi, Sephardic music, and Arabic classics. Was she going crazy? How could it be? Why did it take a global pandemic for people to treat one another with compassion? People were asking each other important questions, and not out of a sense of frustration or anger, but out of genuine curiosity, really wanting to get to know one another. And I highly recommend my friend Daniel Estrin is a reporter based in Jerusalem, a fellow Brandeis grad, and he has NPR, I believe he may be the NPR correspondent-in-chief in Jerusalem, but don't quote me on that. But he just did a podcast on the Hotel Corona, and it is absolutely fabulous. So I will try to, after Shabbat, share it. I shared it a couple weeks ago, but I finally listened to it today, 5 minutes at a time, and it was absolutely fascinating story. I don't want to ruin all the different pieces, but it really was this social experience and social experiment was really incredible, because suddenly, with the same symptoms and the same challenges and the same struggles, people who would not otherwise talk to each other, ultra-Orthodox, secular, regular Orthodox, Christians, Muslims, people in hijabs, and people with peyot, were having meals at the same tables, asking each other, talking about God, talking about nothing, but just being together. And there are some really beautiful stories on this podcast, so I encourage it. But to see something beautiful. Last week on Shabbat morning, I spoke about trying to find the blessings even in these challenging moments. So this is one of those blessings, and I wanted to share with you. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue with the Mariv service. We rise, page 28, and if you want to, I don't know that you can see that far, but that is Noam Schuster. We rise.
Baruch Adonai Baruch You may be seated. We'll continue in the middle of the page. Otanu ורעתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ומכל נפשך ומכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Adonai Elohechem emet.
We're on page 32. Moving off of there.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה בני ישראל הכנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נעלם בקודש, נולד תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך רב בניך, בוקע יום לפני משה, זה יענו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגדלו ביד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
On the right side of page 33, just below the line, as a mother comforts her children, so I myself will comfort you, says Adonai, and you will find peace in Jerusalem.
Past troubles will be forgotten, hidden from sight. Jerusalem will be a delight, her people a joy, and you will find peace in Jerusalem.
None shall hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain, says the Creator, whose throne is heaven, says Adonai, who seeks peace in Jerusalem.
Each month at the new moon, each week on Shabbat, all people, all my children shall worship me, says Adonai, who will also find peace and consolation in Jerusalem. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, baruch ata Adonai, haborei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
there, page 34, we'll sing V'Shamru and the Chatzi Kaddish. Then we take time for our Amidah, welcoming Shabbat, thanking God for the great gift, the recognition that God's self, paused on Shabbat. And I think about that in our own lives. We think we are so important. We think that everything we do is so important that there is nothing that could interrupt us from our work. But God created the universe. God created the world, and God took a break. God stopped. If God can pause, I think that we can too. Page 34.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי. בחיי כל יומך ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יש מרבה מברך לעולם ולעלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל. שמי קודשה קריבו לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא.
finish your Amidah, we remain standing and turn to Vayikulu, page 47.
ויקולו השמיים בארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם ואלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא עליון קונה שמיים הארץ מגן אבות בדברו מחי מתים במאמרו האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו המניח לעמו ביום שבת כזו כי בם רצה להניח להם כי בם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעבור ויירא בפחד ונודה לשמוע בכל יום תמיד מעול הברכות אל העולות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמנו שני עונג זכר למעשה ראשית.
Our God and God of our ancestors, the top of 48, find favor in our Shabbat rest, instill in us the holiness of your mitzvot, let your Torah be our portion. Fill our lives with your goodness, gladden us with your triumph, cleanse our hearts so we might serve you faithfully, lovingly, and willingly. Adonai, our God, grant that we inherit your holy Shabbat, so that the people of Israel who hallow your name will always find rest on this day. Praise to you, Adonai, who hallow Shabbat. Hevi Shalem, page 48.
יתקדם יקדש שם מרבה בעלמא תברא קירותי וימליך וכתב בגאי כל עמים כל גאילו מישראל בגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן יש מאבא וברך לעולם עולם מעלמיה יפרח וישמע קרצו ונעשה מדנר ביטל ביטלל שמיר גורשה בריחו לאלה מנקום בגתם שירתה קורש בגתם ונגמתה דמירה מעלמה ואמרו אמן תתקבל צורמן הונאו ישראל קדם המון וישמיה ואמרו אמן יש למה רבה משמיה וחיים עלינו מעמך ישראל ואמרו עושה שלום עם רמה, הוא יעשה שלום
the service. You can find it on page 49. And after the sun truly sets, today has been the 43rd day of the Omer, so when the sun sets, we'll count the one that comes after that. We turn now to Aleinu and rise on page 51.
Aleinu shameach ladon hakol, ladet gedulah mi'otzeh bereshit, shelo asar k'goyei haratzot, velo samaru k'mishkevot ha'adamah, shelo sam kalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'gor hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומולכים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Jenny Wind, David Hagendorf, Philip Wallace, and Estelle Fox. And for the week to come, starting with tomorrow, starting tonight, Shabbat, we think of Arthur Moreau, Charles Shapiro, Beatrice Kleinberger, Herzl Hyman, Evelyn Zakalik, Sylvia Tenenbaum, Luba Rosen, David Miller, Herman Wadler, Ben Blacksburg, Martin Perlman, Samuel Wallowitz, Joel Grossman, Jacob Milkman, Jenny Cohn, Benjamin Klein, Sylvia Whitner, Rose Halpern, Donna Milkett, Lee Pardall, David Lobenberg, Teresa Baum, Shirley Balkin, Jane Benstock, Isidore Buckholtz, David Bayarski, Jacob Frank, Rose Halpern, Linda Rodman Cohn, Bessie Cohn, Saul Stein, Lawson Cook, Harry Rothbart, and Alex Kozakara. There are a lot of names this week, and I look forward in the week to come to hearing some of the stories at morning or evening minyan when you say Kaddish. We love to hear a little bit of who we're remembering, so I hope to hear some stories this week. On page 52, those in mourning, those saying Kaddish, those with the art site, rise and join with me. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yomad yifrach torotei v'yamlech malchutei, v'chayefon v'yomachon v'chayei t'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalat b'zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olomei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'al v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadam v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei D'Kudshah B'richu. La'ela mikol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechkamata d'maran v'yalma v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlom Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yalcho Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom v'yimroma v'yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yalcho Yisrael v'yimru Amen. What are we concluding with something for Jerusalem or with Yigdal?
Yigdal, I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay. I just thought of it now too. So
Yeah.
we're a team of procrastination today. It's been a week.
Well, actually, we could do Yerushalayim Shel Zahav.
Okay, let's do that.
Is that in the book?
We'll find out. Quick change, if we can find it, in 30 seconds or less.